Very soon you can enjoy some music, dance, and creative artwork by the kids in our community, all benefiting a group called Kids Supporting Kids. It's an initiative of the UNM Center for Life. Here to tell us more about it is David Lang, the Director of Advanced Manual Therapies at UNM Center for Life, Linda Boutros, pediatric oncologist, and a very special guest, Abigail Bass, who's a patient there. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in, Abigail. How nervous are you?
Tiny bit.
Tiny bit? You're going to do great. We're going to talk with you in just a second. But first, what is this organization? It's got a great name, Kids Supporting Kids.
Well, Kids Supporting Kids came out of an idea that Dr. Boutros and I developed probably about 6 months ago. We're bringing the community together who participate in arts and culture, like National Dance Institute of New Mexico. They came together with us to do this performance to support children with, who are thriving through cancer.
Yeah, and I imagine the fact that it's kids who are supporting kids. You know, there are a lot of organizations of adults supporting kids, but Kids Supporting Kids, Dr. Boutros, really makes a big difference.
Yeah, it sure does. It brings together the community because, as you see, Abigail is a part of the kids in the community now. But 6 months ago, she was a kid thriving through cancer. And she has come through on the other side and is now going to help us.
Oh, we're so glad that you're on this side of it now, Abigail. So what are you going to be doing with this?
Well, I'm going to be attending a lot of the charities now, a lot of my friends, and in a lot of my classrooms, I'm just trying to raise awareness about child cancer. You always think it couldn't happen, but it can.
It can, unfortunately. Thankfully, you've been able to beat it. So what do you tell kids? And when you talk in classrooms that yours in, or you go into different schools, what do you tell kids about childhood cancer?
Well, I tell them a lot about UNM. I tell them about what the nurses did, and I always try to explain what chemo is. But I also tell them a lot about what Dave does. And he used to come in, and I had these awful rashes at sometimes, and he would come in and he'd just massage my hands or my feet. And so they did so much for me. But and I tell them about some of the cells and pretty much how it happened to me.
How old are you, Abigail?
I'm 13.
13? I tell you, you are wise beyond your years.
What
does it mean for you now to be able to help give back with kids, helping kids?
It means so much because while I was there, they did so much for me. And they made me happy even when it was really hard to be happy while going through chemo. And I got so many side effects and everything. And I liked what Dave did because he didn't have side effects. It's not like when I got pain medicine and then I'd fall asleep right after. His just made me feel calm and there was no side effects afterwards.
What's it like for you to hear that?
It's really wonderful. You know, it's great to have the University of New Mexico bring in integrative medicine into the culture of this allopathic structure. And I get to be with children. So many times we look at it like, oh, it's so wonderful that you do that. And I go, well, I do it because I'm selfish. Because I get to learn from children like Abigail on a daily basis. And that's why I get drawn to it. So with this integrative idea, the University of New Mexico is really developing a new concept of medicine. We're one of the top 29 in the North American continent and top 5 in the United States itself. So the Center for Life connecting with the Hematology Oncology Department is really opening up new doors for the children of New Mexico. And this fund, Kids Supporting Kids, or KSK, goes directly to child care.
All right, and you know, it's definitely needed, Dr. Boutros.
It's definitely needed. I mean, what David does is amazing for our children. When I first met him, he was working on kids in hospice, and I could not believe the incredible amount of pain control he could provide with our kids on multiple narcotics, not getting half of the relief that he could provide.
That's awesome.
And
without the drugs.
I was just so impressed
Yeah.
that I wanted to see his work move further in our kids on treatment and off treatment and our survivors who are suffering from chronic pain.
Okay. If you want to learn more about this and find out how you can get involved with the big event Saturday at the National Dance Institute, head to our website at CASA.com, click on CASA blog. All the information is right there. David, Dr. Boutros, Abigail, thank you all so much for coming in. Thank you for sharing
Thanks a
what
lot.
you do. It sounds like it is extremely helpful. Abigail, best of luck.
Thank you.
You'll do just fine with
Thanks.
stuff. You're a very well spoken young lady.